Right now, from Nepal to Morocco, from Madagascar to Kenya, Gen Z isn't just tweeting, they're toppling governments. Literal governments. In the past few months alone, entire regimes have fallen, presidents have fled, streets are packed with millions of young people who've decided they are done being ignored. Youths that have decided that for tech, they're fighting corruption, censorship, economic chaos, and they're doing it with memes, TikTok, pirate flags that have turned into revolutions. This isn't a local story anymore. It's a global warning, because when Gen Z moves, the world shakes.
From Morocco to Madagascar to Nepal, members of Gen Z are taking to the streets in protest and making specific demands for social justice. In Peru, groups of young anti-government protesters have clashed with police for weeks, and just last night, lawmakers impeached the president.
Here's why these protests are spreading like wildfire. This is about to be fucking dope, bruh. So there's been a new wave of youth-led Gen Z protests that are unfolding across many nations. Nepal, in Madagascar, in Kenya, Peru, Indonesia, Morocco, etc., etc. South Africa, but I won't get into that one. In some cases, these are forced political change or shaking regimes. Think about the Nepalese Gen Z protests. Ring a bell? In Nepal, specifically, the government banned dozens of social media platforms. These niggas banned IG, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc., sparking outrage as many youth saw this as censorship. In many places, protesters are demanding transparency, accountability, and dismantling of oligarchic networks. Damn. In other parts of the world, with high youth unemployment, inflation, weak social safety nets, many Gen Zers feel they have little stake that excludes them. Power and water outages, especially in Madagascar, underfunded health systems, poor infrastructure, neglect of basic services are major catalysts we see. In some countries, protest is a response to shrinking civil space, censorship, repression, or leaders overextending limits of power. It's a mess, brother. But let's think about Nepal specifically. I found Nepal very, very interesting because it's the one that sort of blew up. You know what I'm saying? It really shook the world. You know what I mean? Protests began after the social media ban, of course. You know what I'm talking about, when these niggas banned IG. Can you imagine banning IG? But anyways, the youths used it as a catalyst. But then it channeled an anger in them, forcing them to tap in to deeper angers. Like I said, over corruption, elite privilege, lack of accountability. It's almost like everything that's happening around the world is it's a whole combination of what's happening in South Africa. It's like South Africa's facing every single thing. It's almost like I don't know if you understand. It's like around the world, right? People are facing unemployment, facing this, facing that, facing that. Everybody has their problems, but it's almost like South Africa's facing everything at once. It's the reason why it's so tough here. You know what I mean? It's not an excuse, but I just feel like, anyways, protests turned violent. 19 killed, I think that number bumped up to 70 something, hundreds, thousands injured by authorities. The Prime Minister resigned and the ban was reversed, rightfully so. After the initial success, activists attempted to channel the momentum by voting internally on Discord to propose a roadmap for future leadership and elections. If we look at Kenya, our fellow African country, in mid-2024, youth protests erupted over tax increases on essentials like bread, diapers, sanitary products, and cuts to public spending. 60% of respondents who were interviewed, I guess, participated physically or supported them online. Many were killed or faced violence, looting, and assault, highlighting risks that activists have to face when they do these things. I mean, these emerging, bro, these protests are crazy, bro. But the emerging features is what fascinates people around the world, and and me too. You know what I'm saying? I have to admit, I'm fascinated, bro. These emerging features are part of what makes this wave distinct from past protest movements. I mean, look, think about the digital organization of these things, bro. The digital first organizations, cross-border networks, symbolism and meme culture. You know, the pirate flag. Not the pirate flag, but the One Piece is One Piece. I don't know. I don't watch anime like that. You know what I'm saying? The flat hierarchy. There's no leader. It's just, global awareness, quick escalation. I mean, wow, brother. Wow. What does this mean for the rest of the world, though? because it has to mean something. Because I mean, if it's going to escalate to something, one way or the other. Could we see a new generational political force, instability? Could we witness a global solidarity and echo effects? Could this lead to or bring forth the one world order? Scary time. Could we witness a potential reconfiguration of power, backlash and counter movements? I was gonna say that the older generation, they fear change, but like I feel like it doesn't make sense when I say it like that without something educational or something intelligent to back it up. You know what I'm saying? But isn't that the fight though? Isn't the fight between the old and the new and the old? I mean, this wave of protests isn't just about politics. I think it's about a generation realizing its power. Whether it's on the streets of Nairobi or the plazas of Kathmandu, Gen Z is proving that silence is no longer an option. The question now isn't if this fire will spread or if it's gonna spread. It's what happens when it reaches you. I am Martin, your humble YouTuber, and this is what happens when Gen Z stops waiting for change.